Hey folks, just a quick one today. Gonna start working on the forward hatch. You saw me take it off the last video. It's part of the painting of the forward cabin roof. So I'll go through it. I've sort of been contemplating lots of paint stripper. I might try and see what it's like. Keep the chemicals down to a minimum and see what it's like just doing some sanding. So let's crack on. Okay, so I've done with all the sanding, and you've noticed that I've already done off camera, put the primer on, and there's 2 coats of primer on there now, and it's looking amazing. I mean, it was in fairly good condition considering other parts of the boat, but we've got a pretty nice solid hatch. I haven't decided whether I'm going to restain the inside yet. Probably will. Keep it all looking the same, so I'm just going to go over it now with some 120 grit, I suppose, 180, to smooth out all the paint, the primer, and then crack on and get the first coat of gloss on. And then that'll be done. Tidy up the hinges, put the hinges back on, and then next time I go out to Pearl, put it back on. But otherwise, I'm really, really happy with the way that's come up. It's looking good. So let's crack on. So I've now dispensed with my furry rollers. You know, I don't like throwing stuff out. They were good for rough jobs where finish wasn't necessarily an issue. Now I've got some nice high density foam because I'm getting to the last couple of coats with the gloss. I want it to be as smooth as possible, so we're going to give that a try. Done a lot of the sand. I've now filled in a few of the, there's a few little holes or just a few areas I need to put some filler in. That's all done. So we're going to whack on another coat. So let's get on with it. Alrighty, done. Not a hair in sight. Okay, so that's the hinges cleaned up. It's obviously, there's some surface. That one's not too bad. It's sort of cleaned up quite nicely. This one's got a bit of surface rust. You don't even make it out there. And it's into the chrome, so it's not something you can easily remove. I suppose I could try and get some metal polish onto it, chrome polish, but I don't have any at the moment. I just want to tidy it up like all the other bright work on the boat. You know, it'll all have to be sort of cleaned and then re-chromed at some point, because again, they're all original parts and I'd like to keep them. Otherwise pretty solid. So that's that little job done, and then yeah, we're almost at the end. So we'll just continue on. So there we are. Something else to tick off the list. Hatch is done. Really, really happy with the way it's come up. I mean, it's a bit Ripley. I'm not by any means an expert painter, but you know, the surface is as good. I could sand and paint and sand and paint. It's got, I did another coat off camera, so it's got a total of 4 coats of gloss on there now, but it's come up really nicely. There's a bit of a divot there, a bit of a dent that I forgot to patch. I forgot to put some filler in, but otherwise it's all good. The hinges are on, so that's great. So I'm happy with that. It's done, and then next time I'm on Pearl, which will be soon, I'll put the hatch back on. But that'll keep the weather out, that'll keep, and that'll last for quite a few years. So I've been told that pretty much on average every 2 years you repaint everything on an old timber boat. I can imagine that, being out in the sun and the weather. But anyways, we're all good. So move on to another hatch now. Yes, there are more hatches to come. The big hatch that sits over the helm on the main cabin roof. That's the next project, and that's a big one, big restoration. Otherwise, there we are, all done. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.